everyone, new video here for you. A little bit, well not a little bit, totally unrelated to the dogs, but something that I have gotten into, a little hobby. We are raising what's called Coturnix Quail. So you can see here, here's a little quail in there. So a meat source and an egg source for our family. They're quite small birds. I'm not sure how many of you have ever had quail in your life, but for a meal you would have two birds per person, but very cute. So these ones are our breeders, and so we have this breeding station that we purchased from Hatching. It's called Hatching Time, and very, very neat setup. Birds are in there, and it purposely has very little room in there because quail, when they are startled, they will jump, and so you don't want to give them much room because they will break their necks. So you either need to only give them this much room, or you need to give them 6 feet, which some people might think is inhumane, but not at all. I don't think so, because it's double their height. So if I'm 6 feet tall and I have 12-foot high ceilings, that's quite a bit of room. So they're very, very happy here. You can see here that they stick their heads out here, and then their food is in this tray. And so quail, they love to get into their food and fling it around. So this stops them from doing that. And then back at the back, I'll show you, in this one, there's a little waterer with a little spigot back in there. And so you can see there's a little silver spot. When they hit that, water comes out, and then they drink from that. The floor on it is also has a little bit of an incline, so when they have their eggs, they roll towards the front, and then you can collect their eggs. So I'm just about to put another batch of eggs in the incubator. So here's the trays it goes in. So it holds a dozen eggs per tray. We'll load these up here, and then I'll bring you over to the incubator. The incubator is very, very cool. It automatically turns the eggs. It also has a pump where it automatically controls the humidity. You want to keep the humidity at about 50% while they're getting ready to hatch. So here's the incubator here. It's the Brincia Ovation. Yeah, I believe it's a Ovation 54. So they sit in there. And then there's a little motor in here that drives it, so that sits over top. The motor drives it, and then every hour it turns the eggs back and forth. So you can collect eggs, they say ideally every 6 to 8 days, and the eggs will still be okay. So I've been collecting our own eggs, but this incubator can run, I think it's 108 eggs per cycle, so I want to fill it up. So I purchased some eggs from a neighbor that's also doing quail eggs. So what I can't fill here, we have his fresh eggs. So he doesn't keep his quail indoors, he keeps them outdoors. So he wasn't completely sure of how good his eggs were gonna be if they had seen too much cold or if they had frozen. So he said he gave me some extra. So I'm hoping that they're going to be okay. But you can see there's quite the difference in coloring from his eggs to our eggs over here. And every quail has their own type of pattern. So you can see here that this is an egg here, and this one is very similar, as well as this one over here. So they would have come from the same quail. Kind of interesting. While I load this up, why don't you, Nicola, go over and show them. We just hatched out some baby quail. They are so cute. So why don't you go over and show them?
So here are the baby quail. Jamie knows a lot more about them than I do. But yeah, we have a heat lamp in there, and so look how cute they are. I'm trying to hold him because he will try to jump at my hand here. So let me see if he's gonna stay still. I can kind of show you the color. So some black and some yellow. Super cute. And then there's little yellow ones. And we think these ones maybe came from the white, so they might go a lot more white when they get older. But they're kind of yellow, just solid yellow. That kind of a couple of brown spots on their head and their back and stuff. But man, are they cute. So of course the kids absolutely love to see them too. They are enjoying having these little baby quail in the house. They're always asking if they can hold them, of course. You guys thirsty? Here you go. There's nice fresh water. I'll just run through it. Get two here. Just walking.
All right, so we've got 8 dozen egg here. So 96 is what it fits. So we've got the eggs all set up. Here's the gearing system that actually turns the eggs back and forth. So we'll put this lid on. And then this lid sits right over top. And then this hose goes into a container of water. And on the side, there's a pump that pumps water. It drips down in here, drips all the way down. And then as the incubator needs humidity, it adds the humidity in. So let's get this plugged in here. So a lot of times it's a good idea to have this running a couple of days before you put your eggs in there. I literally just finished a run, so I know that the heater and the pumps and everything are working. So I didn't do that. So with this, you can set all sorts of things. So you can set your temperature. So I set my temperature to 99.6 degrees. The relative humidity, I have set at 50 degrees. The turning mode I have on. So what that does is it turns the eggs. You can set an alarm. So if the temperature gets too high, it starts setting off an alarm. Or if it gets too low, it will set an alarm. This one's really cool. So with ducks, you need to have it where a certain period of time, it mimics the duck mom getting off of the eggs. And so it allows the eggs to cool down for an hour or two, as though the mom had walked off and left the eggs. So that's kind of cool. You don't do that with quail. I have it set to Fahrenheit, and then we'll hit save. So the temperature gets up very quickly in here. It's currently 72. Within 5 minutes it will be up to that 99.6. The humidity is showing at 32%, and then this turning is showing that the pump is actively turning. So it's set at 50, it's only 32. So it's turning to add more water. So that's the quail. We're quite excited about it. It's a fun little hobby so far. We're gonna keep some of these chicks, and then they'll end up being they'll be our breeders, and then we can get more eggs. So we're excited to have another meat source here on our homestead and another egg source. We're really trying to get our sustainability up, especially with everything that's going on. I know we say it a lot, everything that's going on, but I anticipate shortly here that our shelves are going to be getting emptier with all this stuff that's going on with the mandates and truckers, and so it's nice to be able to have our own meat source and egg source. So yeah, stay tuned. If you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, but otherwise we'll see you on the next one. Take care.